Hello everyone, welcome to Movies with Michael. With Fast 10, the first of the final set of films in the Fast and Furious franchise upon us, there are a lot of movies in this franchise and a lot of different opinions about each of those films, which one's the best, which one's the worst, and whatnot. But I'm here today to tell you what I think is still the best film in the Fast and Furious franchise, and let's get started. In our time, there are quite a few big blockbuster franchises going on. Whether it's the declining MCU or the shifting Transformers franchise, it seems that everyone in the audience can find one of these big-budget films to enjoy. However, sometimes these franchises go too far and become exhausting. Unfortunately, the Fast and Furious franchise has gotten itself into this, with its last few films going so far to the point where we are literally driving cars in space. Nonetheless, the Fast franchise wasn't always here. It once was able to balance the traditional street racing and heists with the absurdity that was to come. The film that did this was Fast 5, released in 2011. The Fast franchise was originally about a group of street racers and mechanics led by Dominic Toretto that would pull off truck heists to get their money. The gang, of course, was infiltrated by LAPD officer Brian O'Connor, who was on the case, but Brian's love of the race and Dom's sister Mia changed the story around. So, we have street racing with many different types of cars, but the Toretto gang's stake is taking older cars and modifying them, most likely to save money. Take Dom's classic '69 Charger as an example. We also get the gang pulling off truck heists to get their funds for their cars and racing, or to get Dominic out of prison like in Fast 5's opening scene. Later in the film, Toretto and his team pull off the greatest heist of their lives of $100 million. In this way, Fast 5 stayed in the franchise's roots of street racing and heists. Now in these endeavors comes the absurdity and over-the-top action that only, so far, has since gone up and up. Driving off a cliff and jumping into a river, using two Chargers to pull an entire bank vault from a police station, and of course, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Luke Hobbs. Yes, this film has some ridiculousness, but they make it work. Although I'm still not trying to figure out how a street racer slash professional criminal could beat a career lawman slash tactical enforcer in a one-on-one fistfight. Fast 5's plot also cannot go unnoticed. I don't think it's amazing, but the franchise is certainly past the simple grudge matches of street gangs. The Brazilian cartel and US Special Forces are involved now. There are also stakes, with Brian and Mia's unborn child making the heist more than just another job. All the gang is here, and they all get their time to shine, except Letty, but she's back in the next film, so we're good. There is a constant threat that is far worse than the LAPD. By this time, since we care about the characters, we as the audience are hoping they don't get caught either by the cartel or Hobbs' task force. So, we love it when they outplay both parties at the end of the film. I'm going to give a quick note on how I score films. So for me to say that I loved a movie, it has to be 8 out of 10 or higher. And most of the films in the Fast and Furious franchise, almost all of them are either at or beneath 6 out of 10 for me. With two exceptions, and one of them is Fast 5. This movie took what worked with the first 4 films and built upon itself to build itself up. It's a much larger film, we have an ensemble of characters to work with and to have fun with, and this is how it was able to work. It still holds up to this day, and I can say that I loved it. So that's why I will say that Fast 5 is the best film in the Fast and Furious franchise. And with that, we made it to the end of another video. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and please remember to leave a like, comment down below what you think about Fast 5, and what is your favorite film in the Fast and Furious franchise, and why. And before any of you ask, I will not be giving an initial reaction or review on Fast 10, because I'm not going to see it in theaters. I'm saving all that for later, but subscribe for more content about movies, because we have a lot of new stuff coming pretty soon here. That's all for now, and I'll see you all in the next video.